Every child has potential, and it's just a matter of getting in there and just finding a way to inspire those kids, getting them to see their own potential and making sure that they know that you see their potential as well. As teachers and as parents, we have to see more in kids than they ever see in themselves. We have got to set the tone and to lift them up. And I just went in there and I just believed in those kids, and I started with my rules and discipline and manners and teaching respect and just getting those kids excited. I learned how to do the Harlem Shake, and I started rapping my lessons in my classroom and just really making the classroom a fun, exciting place. I got those kids out. We went all over New York City. We did these huge projects that were active in the community. Just getting these kids to love education, to love life. And a lot of these kids were discipline problems because they were bored, they didn't want to be there. And when you can get kids engaged and they're active constantly and you get them to love what they're doing in the classroom, then the discipline problems, they kind of go away because they're so active and they're enjoying being in that classroom.
Over time, how did you have the patience? Because it didn't happen just overnight.
Teachers, it's difficult. It's the hardest job in the world, and some nights you're just like, blah. But, if you stick with it and you let those kids know you care, eventually you'll see a great result.
But share with our audience just about the mission of this new school and what you want to do with it.
Yeah, it's just like I said, travel is so important. Well, this is going to be a school that incorporates a great deal of travel. It's a 5th through 8th grade school, and what we'll do is we'll travel with the kids, and all of the curriculum will be integrated into travel. And by the time our students are in the 8th grade, they'll have visited every continent around the world.
We've got Steve from Birmingham. I love teaching my kids. You've taken them around the world. What's some advice you could give for a teacher that doesn't have access to taking kids on field trips that extensive?
Yeah, you don't have to go even outside of the city. Sometimes when I taught in North Carolina, we didn't have any money. We'd sell donuts and donuts, and we still couldn't get enough money to travel. So I would just take them to the bowling alley. But the key is making it an internal experience. So before I'd go to the bowling alley with my students, I would go myself. I would measure the lanes. I would take the pins and put the pins on worksheets dealing with fractions. I would go to the little cantina. I would get the price of the hot dog and the drinks and the soda, and I'd put them on worksheets. And so for weeks, these kids are doing worksheets dealing with the area of the lane and so forth, the perimeter of the bowling alley. And so I would tell them, before you go on this trip, you've got to know this information. You have to know how to keep score in bowling if you want to go on the trip. And then when these kids would go, they were prepared. They internalized it because they knew all the information, how to keep score themselves.
Wow.
They go to the cantina. They had practiced buying these items on the worksheets. And so it's all about making sure that these kids internalize the experience. And if you're going to kick kids out of the classroom, they don't care where they're going. They're just excited to be going somewhere.
Field trip, that was the best day of class.
But make sure it's a learning experience.